I don't want Hillary to be president, not because she's a woman at all, but because, and I'm going to open up to you guys, because she's a Scorpio. And as an Aquarius, I find them very overbearing. Okay? Any Scorpios here tonight? I mean, you're great people, great friends. I just don't want to give you my power. That's all. You guys are like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But you know, that's how I vote. I like to make sure I'm zodiac compatible with my president. It's no better than how any other American votes. Believe me, it's probably better. But that's how I go my intuition, you know? Like Bill Clinton, Obama, they're Leos. That's stable for me, you know? They're great dancers, life of the party, great hair. Like if Obama grew out his hair, we'd probably re-elect him. We'd give him throw more years, if you know what I mean. Ronald Reagan, not a fan of his policy, but he was an Aquarius. I respected he was creative, artistic, Star Wars, Reaganomics. That's some creative thought right there. Only an Aquarian would think of that. Naps in the office, that's the artist lifestyle I can relate to. How about this? You guys give me the zodiac sign, I'll tell you the president that matches it. Gemini, JFK. Everybody loved him, but he had a secret life. That's the two sides of the Gemini. Ask not what your country can do for you, because I'm over here begging Marilyn Monroe right now, right? Let's keep this on the DL. Libra, Jimmy Carter. Oh, love that guy. Humanitarian, very fair, tough time making decisions. People would walk all over him. He installed solar panels in the White House, then Reagan came out, ripped him out just to be a dick. Because we get a little moody, you know what I mean? Aries, Thomas Jefferson, sexually motivated. Yeah. Manifest destiny, that's a horny man's concept. Right there. The whole country. Ooh. Capricorn, Nixon, scandalous. Has some secrets, sweats under pressure. Sagittarius, Martin Van Buren. Check out those sideburns. Those trend-setting sideburns. It took about 200 years for them to catch on. But that's a Sagittarian. They're way ahead of their time in fashion. Cancer, George W. Bush. Some people love him, some people hate him. But like a Cancer, he found his way to the White House. He found his way to Iraq. He goes by his gut, gets a little crabby sometimes. He's a Cancer. What's next?
Virgo.
Pisces, George Washington. All about that money, dollar bills, y'all, okay? He was the richest president of all time, and that factors in current inflation as well. And he led us across the Potomac River because they're fishes, they're good with water. Our first president was a fish. I think there's 2 or 3 more. Taurus, Harry Truman, stubborn, thick-skinned, made the decision to drop the bomb. Other Taurus rulers include Saddam Hussein and Hitler. Let's be careful on that one as well. Keep an eye out for the bull. I think there's one more left. We did Leo, we did Capricorn. The last one is Virgo, and this is my favorite one. Only one Virgo president in history. Every other sign has multiple presidents. Virgo only has one president in history, and that was LBJ, who only became president because of an assassination. Virgos don't like the limelight. That is the only way to get a Virgo to be president. You make them vice president, you kill the president. Don't quote me on that. And that is the Zodiac Wheel of Presidents. Thank you so much.
I drink goat milk. And by goat, I mean greatest of all time. It's cow's milk. Sorry, it's cow's milk. Still cow's milk. I love cow's milk. Like, I love soy milk, I love almond milk, but when a cow's been fondled, I'm like a little bit happy for some reason. I don't know what it is. But I get it organic, you know. The farmer took the cow out to dinner first. Anybody here still drink cow's milk? Yeah. Great, awesome. What percent do you drink? 2%. 2%, awesome. Right down the middle, like, be a little healthy, have some fun. You know what I mean? I drink whole milk, party in a glass. You know? Some people drink skim. They love that mop bucket water, you know. I mean, there's really not a lot of choices when it comes to milk. They don't give you a lot of range. You ever see those choices for, like, you can either have skim milk, or you can have 1%, or you can have 2%, or you can jump to whole milk. Like, what happened? I think you skipped some numbers there. Just give me the 50% milk. Meet me halfway. What if they sold TVs like that? Like, I want a TV. What size you got? They got a 100-inch. That's standard. Okay. Well, you have something smaller. We got a 2-inch after that. Next is a 2-inch. And you got a little 1-inch, and then just an empty box where you imagine changing the channels. It's a skim channels TV. You ever had that one before? That's weird. You ever do the math on those percentages of milk? 2% of the milk fat, right? 2% of the whole fat, 5 grams of fat in a serving of 2% milk, right? Whole milk, which is 100%, is the whole 8 grams of fat. You're telling me that 5 grams is just 2% of 8? We're just gonna be okay with this for the rest of our lives. You're gonna sleep okay at night just knowing that 5 divided by 8, that's 60%. That's some 60% milk you're drinking right there. And they're writing it off as 2, okay? How are we gonna find the kids on the milk carton? We can't even do the numbers right. This is embarrassing. This is a scam. Probably from the 1%, if you ask me. It's trickling down from the 1%. That's right. I voted for Bernie, Madoff. I don't care. I voted for someone who's already in jail. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is I was saying this one night. A woman comes up to me after, because she overheard me through a microphone. And she was like, Sammy, I'm going to ruin your night, but whole milk is actually not 100% milk, it's 3% milk. I used to work in the service industry. I was like, you didn't ruin my night at all. Because we're going to crunch these numbers right now. I pulled out my calculator. She was not ready for that. And I proved myself as a math major. Not so much a comedian, but a math major. Because the discovery I made that night changed my life as a mathematician. Anybody have a calculator handy? Anybody good at calculations? Somebody in the front, you want to do it? Okay, thank you, man. Here. No, I want you to do this for me, okay? This is participation, all right? Yes, we laugh and we do math at my shows. Okay? All we're going to do to find the percentage of fat in whole milk is take the amount of fat in whole milk and divide it by the amount of fat in 1% milk. That would give us the ratio to 1, which would be the percentage. You guys following? Doesn't matter if you can't. We don't have a lot of time. Okay, so I want to be 100% accurate. I looked at the average glass of whole milk, looked it up, 8.011 grams of fat in the average glass, right? Divided by the amount of fat in 1%, the average glass has 2.55. Okay, now don't freak out when you see the result. But I want you to read the numbers to me exactly as you see them. This is what Big Dairy doesn't want you to know, okay? This is the percentage of fat in whole milk. Read the numbers as you see them, okay?
3.1415.
3.1415. Whole milk is pie milk! Ah! Ah! Whoa! Yeah! Oh! I busted a nut when I saw that. You gotta... Whole milk is pie milk. That's why it tastes so damn good with pie.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
No, you don't understand.
So I don't understand.
Well, you wouldn't be making the comments that you're making.
He once had an affair with a woman who was 88 years old. 88, yeah. Like, I'm not ageist, but damn. You know what I mean? Like, texting in the back, huh? Texting some people, yeah. Who you texting? Come on, inviting them?
My son?
Your son? She's trying to make me feel bad. She's like, my fucking son, you asshole. He said he's hungry. I told him where the refrigerator is. But you almost interfered. Why didn't you bring your son? Not old enough to come?
Yeah.
Damn, man. You gotta change these fucking laws, man. No babysitter tonight?
Yep, my niece is babysitting.
Your niece is babysitting. Fuck, that's awesome, man. Family. You don't have to pay her, do you?
Keep it the family.
We actually do pay her.
You do pay her? That's very noble. You didn't seem happy about that, though. You're like, we actually do pay her. Fuck! We should be getting this shit for free. Why am I texting my son if she's there managing? Talk to the boss. We put her in charge. Now I'm texting the niece, like, you're getting paid too much to not have my son be texting her. Anybody else here get a babysitter to come here tonight? Yeah, you did? Awesome. That's cool. Who do you hire for your babysitting? Your dad. Your dad and your mom. Do you pay them? All right, that's fucking right. That's right. When you hire the older people, you don't gotta pay them. These young fucks want money. That's the problem. She's still texting her son. She's like, I'm telling you, I'm busy. The comedian's talking to me. Just.
Do you have kids?
Right. No, I don't. I want to have kids one day.
So you don't understand.
So I don't understand. Whoa, you got me. Did I say I understand?
Well, you wouldn't be making the comments that you're making.
I wouldn't be making the comments if I did understand what.
Yeah, that I have kids, and so you would understand why I text. She's a lawyer.
Are you a lawyer? Is that usually how you cross-reference? You're like, wait a second, Your Honor, do you understand? Because clearly, if you understood, you wouldn't be talking right now. Because you understand everything. Because that's what a person who understands does. What is this, understand-up comedy? The fuck is it? The fuck is it? I was talking to you because you were texting in the middle of the show, and I couldn't help but notice that people were like looking at you, and there was one face that was like lit up for like a minute. So I asked you who you were texting. You said your son, and I started asking some questions, trying to be nice, learn about what people do when they have kids and they come to the shows, and who they have managing them, and if they pay them. I want to know the economics of it. So guess what? I didn't understand, but fucking now I do. So that's it. So thank you for the information. Oh, no. Let's keep it nice and civil. That's not a great thing, though, right? They would not have liked this next joke. Did you guys hear about the Israeli pedophile that the United States let off? Yeah. I know, you're like, which one? The head of Israeli cyber defense, or as I call it, Iron Chrome, got busted in Vegas for soliciting a minor online. Literally the one thing you can't do in Vegas. In Vegas, you can gamble your life savings, you can drink in public, you can smoke weed with your hooker, you can gun down a famous rapper, you can have a random Asian guy dangling from your car window. You've seen The Hangover, but you can steal a tiger from Mike Tyson, etc., etc. But just stay away from the kids. Okay, you can literally bet on any number as long as it's higher than 18, is what I'm saying. It's like inverse blackjack. The police engaged in a sting operation, and no music was made. That joke would have killed in the 80s. And in this operation, an undercover officer posed as a 15-year-old girl, which, let's face it, kind of a sweet gig, okay? And good for a cop, too, right? Same level of emotional intelligence. Yeah, totally. In the sting operation, 8 men were busted, including a pastor, shocking, and an Israeli official named Tom Alexandrovich, aka Peeping Tom, who is the head of cybersecurity for Israel. Yeah. So clearly we found a security flaw. Iran, take notes. You want to get in? Just pose as a 15-year-old girl. The irony, too, is that Alexandrovich was in Vegas for a conference about hacking. And ironically, he got hacked. So clearly not very good at his job. He needs to go back to school. Oh, wait, actually, no. No. He's a high-ranking officer. He had meetings later that week with the NSA, probably to spy on us more. And then he got spied on by the highest level possible, Vegas PD. He even had meetings scheduled later that week with the FBI, but he met him earlier, apparently. So they caught him, they confronted him, and he was like, oh, I didn't know her age. And it said 15 on her profile. He's like, yeah, I can't read numbers. They're like, why are you in Vegas, buddy? You know? The profile clearly said 15, and he claims he thought it was 18. It's very unlike an Israeli to inflate the numbers. Usually they play them down. But is that not ironic? The head of Israeli cyber defense turns out to be a cyber predator? Actually not shocking at all. When you're familiar with how Israelis do self-defense, kind of predatorial, you know what I mean? In fact, we're lucky he didn't molest the whole hospital because he said Hamas was underneath it. So they busted him. He basically said, well, this has been nice, but I gotta get my flight back to Israel. And the local police were like, we don't know where that is. You're being detained. And then he's like, actually, I'm El Salvadorian. They're like, get out of our country. Just kidding. The police were like, where's El Salvador? And then he's like, I'm basically Mexican. They're like, get out of the country. So Alexandrovich was basically like, I need to make a phone call. Somebody let the officers know. They're like, yeah, you can let this guy go. So the question is, like, who did he call? Ghislaine Maxwell? Better Call Saul? You know what I mean? Like, he got off very quickly. That's not a great way to say it, but he They let him out. Which is fucked up, because people are now saying like, well, 7 other people got busted in that operation. Why do you just care about the Israeli? Because he's the only one who got away. The pastor's not going back to work on Tuesday. The messed up part is that national media is hardly even covering this story. Literally only local Vegas media, because, you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Another messed up thing is like, this is not the first time this has happened. Many times, law enforcement has busted a person for pedophilia, and then someone from higher up says, you gotta let this person go back to Israel. So my thing is, if you're law enforcement or FBI, and you're complicit in this, and somebody tells you, you gotta let this pedophile go, and you just do it without resigning and sharing this story with the world, you never cared about the kids in the first place. You literally either give up the badge and get on Joe Rogan tomorrow, or you are literally part of the whole scheme. You know? So at that point, you're basically Ghislaine Maxwell with a body cam. And she probably did wear a body cam, actually. So you're just Ghislaine Maxwell. And this whole time, we saw what's happening in Gaza, and we thought that Israelis don't care about kids. But apparently, some love them. Like a bit too much, actually. A bit too much. Not your kids, our kids. America, America, America. America first. That's the oath of every Israeli pedophile. America first. So you're telling me that if a pedophile works for Israel, they have a get out of jail free card in America? Well, I guess we know what happened with Epstein. Sorry if that made you most sad. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Are you guys okay? Is everything good? Is everything okay? What do you mean, sure? It's great? Awesome, okay. Well, Free Palestine, yeah, of course. Well, no, I'm keep talking. Well, let me breathe, okay? I have a couple of very unhappy-looking people in here. At 3:30 p.m. Okay? Yeah, it's almost sunset, guys. Perk up. On a Sunday, was that your excuse? What is that, the culture here? We just drink till we die on fucking Saturdays? Yeah! Yeah, pretty much it! Welcome to Australia, mate! I love how your guys' city names, you don't even like fully enunciate them. Because you have like Melbourne, but you're like Melbourne. You have Brisbane, you're like Brisbane. And you have Sydney, you're like Sydney. I'm going to Perth on Thursday, and I'm wondering if you guys just got called. Yeah, kinda. The other thing that's it's interesting about Australia is that the time difference from me to you, because I'm in California, so we're 7 hours ahead, but yesterday. That's why like there's this weird disconnect, because you guys are 7 hours behind me mentally, but already in tomorrow. That's why like I tell a joke and I'm like, they don't get it, but it's like you already heard it yesterday. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So yes, anyways, great time to, y'all, hey, guys, my friends. If I can hear you, they can hear you even more, right? And so I think she was requesting that you guys, oh, no. Let's keep it nice and civil at 3:30. This is for the late show. But yeah, you guys are talking a bit much, so we're politely checking in. And if you need to guys have a conversation, feel free to go outside. Just want to make sure everything's okay. You good? Amazing! Yes! Amazing! Yes! Fantastic! Yes, probably what. Yeah, that's not a great thing though, right? What? What's that? It's not a great thing? No, it's not. Thank you. Yikes. That felt like my mom. Like,
Go on with your show thingy, whatever you call it. Man, you know, I always go to other countries and I'm like, dude, like I'm a really nice guy, I'm a really cool guy. Like, why do they hate Americans so much? And then I see another American. All right, now let's take it 7 hours back. Let's get back till tomorrow, Sunday. Because it's still Saturday back where I'm from. They don't even know what's about to happen today. So, if you've been following me for more than 2 years, which I know most of you haven't, but maybe one or two of you have, you know that I literally talk about everything. I can make hexagons funny, okay? But right now, obviously, I'm fixated on one subject because I want this madness to end now. And so, that's where I am mentally. I have been talking about this situation for many years, and people do ask me, because I've been talking about it for a very long time, and people ask me, they're like, have you ever lost anything for talking about it? And the answer is, I don't know. Because I never got those things anyways. And I think that it's really time to adjust this narrative that we say, if you speak up for Palestine, you'll be fired, you'll be suppressed, you'll lose your job, you'll lose your friends, you'll lose your family. These things are true. This has happened to people, but throw that narrative out the door and say, actually, if you speak up and do the right thing, good things will come for you, regardless of what you lose in the process. Okay? Because if you lose something, it didn't really matter that much in the first place, okay? For instance, I just got banned from a high school. Let me explain. I know some of you are like, more context, please. I got banned from a high school. All right. I got banned from a high school. They never went to high school. I'm Jewish. Oh, okay, that's fine. There's nothing. But we were never talking about you. You know what I mean? Like, how hard is it to be like, I'm not a pedophile. I don't support pedophiles. Therefore, this is not about me. Okay. Okay, so anyways, they would not have liked this next joke. Like that whole bit that we did about the pedophiles, like that was like the mild one. And yeah, it's been an interesting show. We only lost 2 crowd members that I know of. What's that? Shout out to them. I thought you said send it to them, like send them the rest of the show. Be like, hey guys, I noticed you left a little early and you didn't see the rest of my set. Have you guys been to high school? I like how you guys took their seats so fast though. That was like, yeah, like I blinked at you guys were already there. Where are you guys from, by the way? Oh, you're from Yemen? Well, there you go. It's Yemen. Always the first to take action, aren't you? Yemenis, they see injustice, they see an opening, they're like, I'm gonna seize that. And she brought her Somali friend too, that's awesome, shout out. Shout out, Yemen, Somali, shout out. I love that. On the way out, she whispered into one of the servers' ears, she's like, I'm actually not Jewish. But it was awkward. It was like very awkward that happened. And then I was like, that's anti-Semitic. Here I thought, like I upset somebody because of like a religious association to an ethno-state, obviously. When it turns out she was just a dumb American taxpayer. And then the funny thing was they left, and then 2 Yemeni girls seized their seats immediately. Like, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Yeah, so I call that story All Is Well on the Red Sea.